What up is Dane here. In this video is going to keep a real interesting topic, right? So how big can you actually get without steroids? And everyone wants to know this, right? Everyone wants to know when they first start, when they first go into the gym, how big can they actually get? So in this video I'm going to be telling you exactly that, right? So I've already kind of made a video about this, a similar video about this, about how much muscle can a person or guy, whatever, gain naturally, just as a generic standpoint, right? So I usually say, like, say 24 pounds a year, 12 pounds in 2 years, and stuff like this. However, this is going to be a different approach. This is for you, right? So you can analyze this yourself. So let's get straight into it, man. So in order to know how much muscle you can gain without taking some juice, without taking steroids, you need to understand the following. And some people might not like this, but this is the truth. It comes down to your genetics, right? And let me use one good example. I'm sure you've heard of this guy called Dorian Yates, right? He's quite, I guess, quite a known guy. But anyway, yeah, this guy, he bench pressed 315 pounds in his first ever attempt as a teenager, man. Like, what the hell, 350 pounds first ever attempt. Like, I'm still like in like 1.5 years of training experience, maybe a little bit more, like way more than my first attempt, and I'm sure you guys are too, and I'm nowhere near benching 350 pounds. Like, you know what I'm trying to say, man? A lot of this does come down to genetics. So now, how can you analyze yourself? First of all, you can also analyze on your strength gains, right? Are your strength gains really increasing a lot? And when it comes to finding out how much muscle can you build without steroids, there's a such thing called a non-responder, right? There's been studies where, say, people, they felt like, say, 60 people, some people did strength training, some even increased like 50% muscle cross-sectional area, or even a little bit more, can't remember the exact number. And then you get the non-responders that gain 0% muscle cross-sectional area, whatever, just 0% muscle, just to make it simpler form, right? So that just clearly shows that some people, they can just gain way more muscle than others. And one good piece of advice here for you is try and find out what works for you, right? And not everything's going to work for everyone. However, the basic principles do apply that I do mention, such as progressive tension overload, greater volume load, and obviously calorie surplus. And if you actually follow what I'm telling you, it'll kind of make sense, right? So if you don't respond to, say, one training type, like, well, say strength training, right? If you don't respond to it well, then that's good, because the training that I tell people to do is block periodization, meaning you go through strength phases, hypertrophy phases, lightweight phases, and that way you're hitting all the ranges and see which ones work best for you. So anyway, now let's begin analyzing yourself now that you understand how much genetics plays a part, right? And it's just insane, man. Like, 350 pounds bench press first time, and I think the world record deadlifter or something, I can't remember the guy's name, he deadlifted 500 pounds on his first attempt, man. What on earth is that? That's crazy amount. So anyway, yeah, genetics do play a massive part. Now let's start analyzing yourself on how much muscle you can actually gain as a natural lifter, right? So muscle bellies, muscle bellies, muscle bellies. What are muscle bellies? Basically, muscle bellies are this. So if I flex my bicep, you can see my bicep there where it inserts, right? Oh, I should have put this camera now, right? But anyway, you can see my bicep inserts there. Like, so my bicep inserts quite low, and some people's bicep, it would kind of, oh, I can't even do this. It insert, like, say, midpoint, right? And when the bicep, the insertion point or whatever, the muscle belly is smaller and the insertion point is, say, more upper on your arm, if that kind of makes sense to you, then their arm will look smaller when they stand, right? However, one thing that I don't like about genetics, and you need to understand that everyone's got their own genetic positive and negatives. I don't care who you are, Arnold Schwarzenegger, anyone, they all had their positive and the negatives. Of course, Arnold had way more positive than negatives because he's, like, you know, he's the best. But anyway, you know what I'm trying to tell you. For example, say my bicep, you can see where it inserts, right? It inserts quite low down, which is really, really good. Some people, they always say to me, yeah, thick arms, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, yeah, man, I've been working hard for this shit. No, then I'm actually saying to them, no, it is down to my genetics. And some people, they have a bigger bicep peak, right? And again, if you look at my, like, you can analyze this yourself just on your bicep, right? To see if you're gonna have bigger arms or not. So if you look at my bicep peak, so the top portion there, like, I've really got no peak at all. It's really flat. So again, this, in my opinion, it's a negative. I won't ever really have, say, 20-inch arms because my peak is not that big, right? You need to understand that. My arms are still 16 inches after a year or something training. And they really haven't increased a lot in size, like the number. But in real life, if you had to look at them, you'd be like, fuck man, you've made some real like size in your arms. So, enough about me now. Start analyzing yourself. So flex your bicep like I just did, or whatever. Your triceps as well, you can do this any muscle, and just look at the muscle belly, right? If the muscle belly is long, you're gonna look bigger, thicker, and yeah, just look a lot more bigger with more mass, stuff like this. However, if your muscle bellies are short, if they're small, low, stuff like this, then you're probably gonna have a smaller frame. So you need to just accept this and understand this. However, like I said, if you apply the same principles, like I say, you should still get good results and a good physique. However, now, how much muscle can you actually build as a natural? Well, here's the deal. I want to attach a link in the description where it tells you have to insert your height, your weight, your ankle measurement, and your wrist measurement, something like this. I haven't even done this myself because I'm too lazy. I can't be asked to measure that shit. I just, you know, lift some weights for a couple of years and then we'll see where I get to. But anyway, you can just put the shit in the computer, the online calculator, and it'll roughly tell you how much muscle you can gain. And this is not just like any old calculator, right? This guy, he's like a known researcher, he knows what he's talking about. So click on that calculator and the link in the description to find out how much muscle you can gain. Now, the second factor to really finding out how much muscle you can gain, which you don't really know this, is your satellite cells, right? And the satellite cells are so important when it comes to gaining muscle for natural lifters, right? Some people have a low satellite pull, some people have a high satellite pull, and obviously those with a lower satellite pull have less chance of getting more muscle mass. So again, this is so much genetics, right? So basically, if you just have low muscle weight or small muscle bellies and low satellite pull, which you can't really find out, I'm not aware of it unless you go to like a lab or something, but you can't really find out just in your room right now, then give your parents shit, man. Give them shit. You've just drawn the short stick. But anyway, like I always say, everyone's got their own positive and negatives, right? For example, my squat, and I've been injured for 8 months or even 10 months, right, man? This is my fault. I haven't been to a physio. But anyway, okay, that's another video. However, my squats, they're always shit, man. Like, I don't care who says my squat is strong or whatever. It's definitely not, man. I'm still squatting. I think my best is 130 kg. And I've been training for a year and a little bit. I should be squatting a year and a half. I should be squatting way more than that in my opinion. However, I just feel like my hips and my legs, they're suffering like genetically, I think, wrong there. Like I don't know, I just can't lift more weight on a squat. However, again, that's showing you that no one's perfect, right? A lot of people, they love my arms, like not just like poop my own horn or whatever, blow my own horn, but they say they are, oh, your arms are thick, they love my arms, they love my shoulders, and then they look at my back. Again, my back's not that was a strong point, my lats don't insert that low, so my back's never going to be really that wide. So yeah, genetics, that's basically what plays a part and how much muscle you can build as a natural. So anyway, let me know if you enjoyed the video, if you actually found this useful. It'll be interesting to know. And like the other video I made on how much muscle you can actually gain as a natural without taking steroids, I'm going to throw some genetic numbers out there for those of you who don't really know about it already. So just try and aim for about, let's say, 24 pounds of muscle per year, which comes to 2 pounds of muscle per month, or let's just say weight or whatever, and then 12 pounds of muscle on a second year of training. So this is the training years, right? On the first year of training is 24 pounds, second year of training it halves again, it's 12 pounds, and the third year of training it's 6 pounds of muscle, and the fourth year of training it's like 3 pounds of muscle per year, which is probably not even worth counting, right? It's just going to the gym, trying your best day in, day out. So yeah, that's just generic numbers that you can shoot for. However, I want to end the video right here. Just try your best. You can still build a great physique naturally. No matter if like most of your genetics is in a down point, you'll still be able to build a much better body than you have already now if you haven't been working out. So anyway, you already know the deal. Get those long muscle bellies if you can. Get some new parents, not joking. Anyway, you already know the deal. Subscribe to the channel down below, comment, stay positive, stay smiling, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.